Okay, hello traders. We're going to be looking at this Volatility75. Uh, and these days we can see the market is up, is opening, and we are entering a new week. And we're looking at the indices charts, Volatility75, and this is 30-minute chart. Let me just give you a little bit of a breakdown here before we move to the higher time. Okay, so if we look at this particular movement, we can see that the market is shifting. This is a very minor account with a small lot size, but we can see that profit has already been made. So, and this is very, very important because it helps us to understand where the movement of the market is. And we can see the bearish movements of the market, and this bearish movement is very, very visible. Okay, so it is important that our market is can be seen in this direction, that we have a bearish movement. So quickly, let's draw a chart out. We can look at we can look at the movement from the trend lines. Okay, so we are looking at this from the trend line, and we can see that we have a bearish trend line here. So there's a bearish trend line on this movement, and there is a higher potential for the market to extend, because we can see the extension that has been covered by this particular blue lines, which are the major resistance and support zone. So it tells that the market was consolidating at a point which is between the range of 43434.8 to 42590.17, and we can see that that range stood for some time and is broke down below 41976.80, and is going lower. We can see the price lower to 40,927.72. So we can see that the entries for this market is 42,870.44. So it's in a huge profit based on the profits, based on the pips. So we have a strong pips movement on this particular market. So if we want to see a quick move, if we go to a higher time of daily time frame, so on a daily time frame, we can see a very strong candlestick patterns, and from this strong candlestick pattern, we can envision a a triple top at 4.872.8, sorry, 4.8728.85. So we can see that that's the top. But if we also look at, we can also see a candlestick chart pattern called the head and shoulder pattern. And the head and shoulder pattern, the price is currently trading at the neckline, and from the kind of candlestick we are seeing at this particular neckline, we can see that the market is actually having a very strong move in the downward direction. So we have a strong desire for this. So we want to see how market can, let me draw the pattern out, how we can see the pattern. And after we draw this pattern, we can see a huge move where the market can get to the point we are seeing on the lower part of the neck, head and shoulder patterns we have seen. So I think the head and shoulder pattern should be cleared from this particular chart. So we see that we have the neck shoulder in the direction, and when we have the neck shoulder in the direction, we can envision a strong move in this particular direction. So if we see a neckline pattern around here, that's the right shoulder. Okay, the left shoulder, this is the head and this is the right shoulder here, and we can see that the market is breaking the neckline at this particular level. The neckline. So we can see the neckline. So at this particular level, so if the neckline breaks, you can see a further move of the market lower into this level. Okay, so we can see it going into the level, and it is very important that this level, so we can see the level going, we can see the direction at which there's a possibility of price getting to 35705.8. So the indices is very high in this particular movement, and we can actually give a strong candle indications for the resistance and support levels. So we are seeing this particular level on this chart as the neckline, and if you see it as a neckline, you see the price dropping from that level down into this zone. Okay, so for those who are yet to see to get an entry on this chart, watch out for a break of this chart. If you see the price going below, immediately you see the price going below 40355.51, we can see a further progressions in the downwards direction into the level of 35771.58. So why we are still saying the market is going to be very bearish and is in the bearish direction is because we can see, if you look at the candlestick very well, the candlestick formation, we have a pin bar at this particular level, and there's a candlestick engulfing it, engulfs the pin bar, and there's a confirmation for another bearish candle actually forming here. So there's a chance that the level has already been touched. That's we're looking at the neckline level, which has already been touched. So if we go to a lower time frame, we can see more of this in details. So let's go to 4 hours. We see 4 hours, we see a strong candlestick movement, and this strong candlestick movement is actually having a candlestick patterns, which is being known as inside pin bar, also a failed inside pin bar in that direction. You can see the bearish dodgy, or what we call the dragonfly at that's the dodgy dragonfly. So at the middle is a failed inside pin bar for a bearish movement, and the sellers can support in such movement and accumulate the price at this region. So this region is very critical. We might see the price also from what the lower time is saying, the price can bounce off. So let me see how we put a resistance points in this. So depending on the candlestick patterns we are going to be seeing on this level to determine whether the market is going to bounce off this level. So we can see, yeah, there's a rejection, some rejection coming in. So I prefer to put it this place for this. So we will see, although it breaks below a little bit below the other place, and it shows that it can form a region. Okay, so let me see. Yes, I want to connect this place. Yellow. So the market is actually having a very strong movement if it crosses that level. Oh, sorry. So I'm finding it difficult of bringing the price. Yellow. So the market is actually having a very strong movement if it crosses that level. Oh, sorry. So I'm finding it difficult of bringing the price on the set price. Okay, so yeah, I think this is okay. This will explain a lot. So we can see the price respecting it, but this is at the top of the price right now. And but those are the regions we can watch out if the market will pull out from this particular region. If the market is going to pull out from here, we'll know if it is possible because there's a lot of difference. You know, the last time the market is going into this place is here. Okay, that was when the market touched the price. So it's also a strong. So we might see a pullback in between also, you know, taking the price up into that level if care is not taken. So we can see the markets. We can for alternative purpose. We can see another alternative for this market. So depending on the kind of candlestick we see happening on this level before we can make such a conclusion. So just watch out to see if we have a pullback above this level, you know, above this level, we can have our buy order activated. So it's also another perspective to look at the market. You need to have an open mind to look at the market. Well, you also need to give a room for your market. So some people trade with stop loss, some that's not what we're going to be. So we see as we can also get an entry in this particular level. And if we also look at it and want to put some levels there, we want to put this particular level in perspective. Okay, so for those, so these are what the buyer will also be thinking in the market right now. So it also depends. Every action is an action level or that level to know what the market will do next. So ours is to try to predict what the market is doing. So we can see the market having a pullback, but we have not seen a reversal signal yet. So maybe if this candle closes, what time is this? This one has how many hours to close? Let me confirm. So it has this is 1 hour. So this one just it has about 49 minutes. So it just opened, but still we have a bearish candle movement. We have a bearish inside pin bar. Okay, so we can see our bearish inside pin bar on this particular level. Okay, yes, a bearish inside pin bar. So if we see this market, if this pullback come into this and it break this, it might just start going up again. So but if it doesn't, if it goes down below this particular level, we can see a bearish continuation in that level. So it is very, very paramount to watch out for what the market is going to be doing in this couple of hours and weeks, couple of days. So let's look at the lower time. Let's get to 30 minutes if we see anything. So it's the same thing. Nothing yet. You just have to be watchful and see what the market will do. Thank you very much. See you some other trading time. Bye for now.